Hi students, now in this video lecture we will discuss about concentration of ore, right? Concentration of ore is also known as enrichment of ore or dressing of ore, right? So basically by concentration of ore or dressing of ore we mean removal of impurities from ore, right? Before we extract metal from ore, the ore needs to be purified, right? We need to remove impurities from ore, right? So this is known as concentration of ore. Removal of impurities from ore is known as concentration of ore, right? So one thing we know that these ores of metals are generally occur beneath the earth crust, right? And they have to be brought on the earth surface using different processes, right? And this process of bringing this ores from beneath the earth crust above the earth, right, is known as mining, right? So these mined ores, these mined ores consist of big rocks, big lumps of rocks, right, which needs to be broken into smaller pieces, right? So once you have the mined ore, right, you break these mined ores, which are big pieces of rocks, big lumps of rocks, into smaller pieces using jaw crushers. Jaw crusher is a mechanical device that is used to break this bigger ore pieces into smaller ones, right? Once they are broken down into smaller pieces using jaw crushers, they are further converted into smaller pieces into powdered form, mainly using stamp mill or ball mills. These are again mechanical devices, right, which are used in metallurgy, right? So once you have this powdered ore, right, then you subject it to different processes, right, to concentrate it, to remove the impurities from it, right? And this process of breaking down ore into smaller pieces and then again converting it into powdered form, right, using jaw crushers and stamp mill, this is known as pulverization of ore, right? So what is pulverization? Before metals are extracted, corresponding ores have to be purified, right? This is known as concentration of ore, and ore is pulverized, right? After this, not after this. This is the definition of concentration of ore, right? So once you have the mined ore, ore is pulverized, crushed in jaw crushers, then converted into powder using stamp mill. We have already discussed this, right? So once you have this powdered ore, right, this powdered ore consists of earthly impurities, which mainly consist of sand, silica, these kind of impurities, right? So we need to remove these earthly impurities, and we have studied in the previous lecture that these earthly impurities which are associated with ore particles is known as gangway, right? So gangway, or we also call it as matrix, right? So we need to remove this matrix or gangway from ore particles, yeah, right, using different methods. So these are the diagrams that you see, right, which we use to remove the gangway particles from the ore particles, right? And this is known as concentration of ores. So we concentrate or dress ore using one of these methods, which we will discuss now in detail. So ore is generally associated with earthly and siliceous impurities which have to be removed before isolation of metal, right, is actually done. And gangway is removed, right, from ore depending on the nature of ores and impurities, right? Nature of ores and impurities means whether ore is lighter or impurities are lighter, or if your ore or your impurity is magnetic in nature, right? Using all these things, we will employ one of these methods, right? And there are methods like hand picking, gravity. So by hand picking we mean once you have this powdered ore, right? Powdered ore, if the particles of ore and the impurities, right, that is gangway, are big enough, and if they can be, if you can distinguish them, if they are of different particle size, and these particles can be hand picked, right? So you can remove impurities from ore using hand picking, right? Just remove it using hand picking technique, right? and the other is gravity separation, froth flotation, magnetic separation, and chemical method or leaching, which we will discuss now. Right. So first diagram that you see here, this is known as Wilfley table, right? And in this Wilfley table, you see this table which consists of this slant, right, which has grooves inside it, right? And from here you spray water, you spray a jet of water on the ore, right? So this method is mainly employed when your gangway, that is impurities, are lighter than ore, right? If impurities are lighter than ore, then you employ this gravity separation method. We call it as gravity separation method using this Wilfley table or vibrating corrugated table, right? So what you do is you put ore over here, right, from here, and then you spray water, right? You spray a jet of water on the ore, right? So what happens is when you spray water on it, the lighter ore particles will travel along with water. The lighter particles will travel with water and will get collected here in this container, right? And the heavier ore particles will settle down in these grooves, right? I'll repeat, this is known as Wilfley table, and you spray water, right, on ore. You just spray water on ore. When you spray water on ore, the lighter particles will come along with the lighter particles, and the lighter particles would be of impurities. So we say the lighter gangue particles or particles of impurities will come along with water and will get collected here in this container, and the heavier ore particles will get settled in these grooves, right? So you can separate these ore particles, right? You can just pick it up, or you can remove the ore particles from these grooves and you can separate it from. So this way, using this method, this ore is separated from the gangue, because gangue is collected here in this container and the ore particles are settled in these grooves, right? So this is known as gravity separation method. And the gangue impurities, this is used when gangue impurities are lighter than ore, right, and applied in case of oxide ores of iron and tin. When we do metallurgy of iron used from hematite, which is ferric oxide, right, we employ this method to concentrate the ore of iron, right? The second method that you see, right, this is known as electromagnetic separation method, right, in which you see it consists of these two wheels, right? One of the wheels is magnetic in nature and the other wheel is not magnetic in nature, and there is a belt, right, which has two wheels. These two wheels are rotating, right? So this belt, this leather belt is rotating on these, is moving, this belt is moving on these two wheels, and one of the wheels is magnetic while the other wheel is not magnetic. So once you have powdered ore from after pulverization, so after pulverization, when you get the powdered ore, you put the powdered ore here in this, right, and from here it will move along this belt, right? And first thing, this method is used when either the impurity or the ore is magnetic in nature, right? So here, if either of the ore or impurity is magnetic in nature, then when it travels along this belt, right, when it travels along this belt, the magnetic impurity or the ore will get attracted to this wheel, and the non-magnetic ore or the particle or the impurity will not get attracted to the magnetic wheel, which is magnetic wheel, I'm sorry. So when this powdered ore will get attracted to the magnetic wheel, right, then the magnetic impurity or the ore will get collected in a different heap, will get collected in a separate heap, and the non-magnetic particles will get collected in a separate heap, right? So here I'll repeat once again, when you put the powdered ore from here, it will move along the conveyor belt, right, and will get attracted to the magnetic particles will get attracted to the wheel, right, and the non-magnetic particles would not attracted to the wheel and will get separate, and both magnetic and non-magnetic particles will get collected in these separate heaps. So this way magnetic particles and non-magnetic particles are separated, right? So here either the ore, when will you use this method, either the ore or the impurities are of magnetic nature, right? Applied in case of chromite ore or chromium, or ore of applied in case of chromite ore, which is an ore of chromium, which is magnetic in nature. Chromite is an ore of chromium which is magnetic in nature, right, and is concentrated, that is impurities are removed from chromite ore using electromagnetic separation. So what you do is, when you have powdered chromite ore along with impurities, when you put it over here, this powdered ore will travel on this conveyor belt, right, and the chromite ore which is magnetic in nature will get attracted to this wheel and will get collected in a separate heap, and non-magnetic gangway, right, or impurities will get collected in a separate heap. So this is known as electromagnetic separation. And the third method we have, this is known as froth flotation process. So froth flotation process is mainly used when you have sulfide ores, right, and sulfide ores like galena and galena, which is lead sulfide, and the second is zinc blende, which is zinc sulfide, right? So lead and zinc are extracted from their sulfide ores, lead sulfide and zinc sulfide. And this froth flotation process is based on the principle that the ore particles will get wetted by oil, and your gangway particles or impurities are wetted by water, right? Why water and oil? I am using the term water and oil because this, if you see this container, this tank, right, in this tank it consists of mixture of oil and water, right? So this, you put the powdered ore that you get after pulverization into this tank, right, which contains oil and water. So the powdered ore will get wetted by oil particles. The ore particles will get wetted by oil. That is, ore will go with oil, right? It will go into oil, and the gangway or the impurities will go in water. So we have ore particles in oil and your impurities in water, right? And then you will pass current of compressed air into this, right? And the current of compressed air will, when it will enter into this tank, right, then the oil, right, along with air will form a foam, right, or froth, which will come to the surface, right? The ore, I'll repeat, the ore, when you pass the current of air into this tank, the ore, right, the oil, right, which contains your ore particles, right, will, along with air, it will form a foam or a froth, right, which will come to the surface, right? Since the ore particles are lighter, in this case the ore particles are lighter, so these ore particles will come along with oil to the surface, and the gangway or the impurities will settle down here. So this way the ore particles are separated from impurities or the gang. How? The ore particles will go at the surface along with oil, since oil is lighter, right? So oil will, when you pass air, the air will form foam, right? So the oil particles that will form foam will move at the surface. So, and the oil particles we know it contains ore particles, right? So froth or the foam is collected here, and when the froth is allowed to settle down, from there you can separate ore particles, right? And your gang particles are settled here. Since these are heavy, so these will settle at the bottom of the tank. So this way your ore particles are separated from gangue particles, and this is known as froth flotation process, right? And then there is a chemical method called leaching, and this method is used when the ore is soluble in some chemical, right? So you treat the ore with chemical, right? Then the ore will dissolve in that chemical, right? And impurities would not, that is gangue would not dissolve in that chemical, right? So this way, then you filter it. When you filter it, the filtrate will contain your ore and the impurities will settle down on the filter paper, right? And one more thing, this froth flotation process is used when ore particles are lighter, right, than impurities, and this was used when ore particles were heavier than your impurities. And yeah, we were on leaching. This chemical method, we also call it as leaching. So this leaching or the chemical method is used when you do extraction of aluminium, right? So in extraction of aluminium, we use this ore called bauxite, right? You treat this ore of bauxite with chemical sodium hydroxide, excess of sodium hydroxide. So this will form NaAlO2. It's sodium meta-aluminate, right? This sodium meta-aluminate is nothing but this sodium meta-aluminate forms when your ore get dissolves in sodium hydroxide. This ore, aluminium oxide, right, is soluble in sodium hydroxide. So this ore will get dissolved in sodium hydroxide and will get collected in the filtrate in the form of sodium meta-aluminate, right? And the heavier and the impurities which are not soluble in sodium hydroxide will settle on the filter paper, right? And once you get this solution, then after this is again treated with a reagent, right, which will precipitate your ore, right? Now this sodium meta-aluminate is treated with or diluted with water. When you dilute it with water, it will form aluminium hydroxide, right? So your metal goes into this precipitate, right? So you obtain your ore in the form of this precipitate. So in chemical method, or we also call it as leaching, in this process we treat ore with a chemical, right, which will dissolve your ore, right, and it will not dissolve your impurities, which is gangue. And when you filter it, the ore particles will go along with the filtrate because it gets dissolved in that chemical, and your impurities or the gangue will settle on the filter paper. Then this filtrate, which contains your ore would again be treated with a reagent, right, which will precipitate your ore, right, like this. And this is used in the metallurgy of aluminium, right? So I hope all this is clear to you. All these three are very important ways to concentrate your ore, right? So just go through this.